Hello, my dear students. This is Abhishek Mishra, Faculty of Social Studies at Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. In this video, we are going to study political theory chapter number 2, that is your freedom. In our last video, I had explained you what is freedom and on what extent your freedom can be confined, what are the limited constraints that can be imposed on freedom, and why there is a need of constraints. Here in this video we are going to understand the harm principle. What is harm principle and how much it is effective in exercising freedom, that we will understand in this video. So let's discuss here. To answer these questions satisfactorily, we have to address the issue of the limits, competence and consequences of the imposition. We also have to engage with another issue that John Stuart Mill stated so eloquently in his essay on liberty. So John Stuart Mill had written an essay, and the name of that essay was on liberty. So let's discuss what John Stuart Mill had stated in his essay. So in the discussions in political theory, it is called as harm principle. Let us quote his statement and then try to explain it. The principle is that the sole end for which mankind are warranted individually or collectively in interfering with the liberty of action of any of that number is a self-protection, that the only purpose for which power can be rightfully exercised over any member of a civilized community against his will is to prevent harm to others. Like this is a person A. He wants to drive very fast on the road. So here is a person A and he wants to drive very fast on the road. But his fast driving can be hazardous for this person B, as he is lame. He is also walking on the road at the same time. So suppose A is striking down B, so that will be hazardous for him. Means A cannot exercise his freedom in such a way that can harm B. If you are exercising your freedom in such a way that is harming other people, so this is called as harm principle. In political theory, this is called as harm principle. आप अपनी स्वतंत्रताओं का इस्तेमाल केवल और केवल अपने एडवांटेज के लिए कर सकते हैं, बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर आपके फ्रीडम के एक्सरसाइज करने से दूसरे व्यक्तियों को डिसएडवांटेज होने लगता है, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज हार्म प्रिंसिपल, एंड ऑन दिस एक्सटेंट यू मे be restricted to exercise your freedom in that particular area. Now, Mill introduces an important distinction here. He distinguishes between self-regarding actions, means if you are doing something only and only for your benefit, only and only for the individual actor and nobody else, so these are called as self-regarding actions. But if your actions are affecting others, so that will be called as other regarding action. आप गाड़ी चला रहे हैं सड़क पर तेज, आप सोच रहे हैं कि उससे आपको एंटरटेनमेंट मिल रहा है, आपको मज़ा आ रहा है, सेल्फ रिगार्डिंग एक्शन, बट साथ ही साथ उससे काफ़ी ज़्यादा नॉइस पोल्यूशन हो रहा, काफ़ी ज़्यादा एयर पोल्यूशन हो रहा, किसी को चोट लगने का भी खतरा है. सो एट द सेम टाइम इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज अदर रिगार्डिंग एक्शन. नाउ सो he argues that with respect to actions or choices that affect only oneself, self-regarding action, the state or any other external authority has no business to interfere. See, if you want to eat pizza, so eating pizza is your choice. No government can put restrictions on you to eat this pizza. If you have money, you can go to any restaurant, can purchase pizza. Nobody has to interfere with in your business. So what are self regarding actions depict कि it would be my business and I will do what I like, or how does it concern you if it is does not affect you? Like, I am doing something that is affecting only and only me. Like, there are some people who like to smoke. So if a person who is smoking, that will be injurious only and only for his health. Suppose there is a person A, if he is smoking, so that will be injurious for his health. But simultaneously, there are some other people who are sitting beside him, so they will also be affected by the smoke that his cigarette will blow. So if they are also affected by this smoke, that will be other regarding action. But if he is smoking at his home where there is no one is affected by that, government cannot put any restrictions on him or her. Now, so after all, if your actions cause me harm, then surely I must be saved from such harm by some external authority. In this case, it is the state which can constrain a person from acting in a way that causes harm to someone else. But at the time when this A was smoking in public and it was harming others, so that time these other people can save themselves by putting some restrictions on A with the help of government. So these are some certain areas where restrictions can be imposed on the freedom of A. So these are called as other regarding action, and this is also called as harm principle. I hope now it is very much clear to you people. However, as freedom is at the core of human society and is so crucial for a dignified human life, it should be only constrained in special circumstances. The harm caused must be serious. For minor harm, Mill recommends only social disapproval and not the force of law. अब कोई व्यक्ति सिगरेट पी रहा है, आपको उससे नुकसान हो रहा है, आप वो धुआं आपको लग रहा है, हार्म प्रिंसिपल है, अदर रिगार्डिंग एक्शन भी है, बट इसके लिए आप लॉ की हेल्प लेंगे कब? व्हेन द हार्म इज मेजर. कोई सड़क पर बहुत तेज गाड़ी चलाता है, एक दो बार आपने उसको मना किया बट वो फिर भी नहीं मान रहा है, एवरी नाउ एंड देन ही इज कॉजिंग एक्सीडेंट ऑन द रोड एंड पीपल आर डाइंग, so that time you may take help from the law. But if someone who is playing music player at a very loud voice, you cannot call police in this area, you cannot take help from the law, only social disapproval will work in this condition. आप उसका सामाजिक तिरस्कार कर सकते हैं, समझा सकते हैं, आप उससे बात नहीं करें, उसके यहाँ खाना खाने नहीं जाए इन स्थितियों में. तो ये कुछ स्थितियाँ जो बताती हैं कि अगर हार्म जो है ये माइनर है, हार्म इज माइनर, सो सोशल डिसअप्रूवल विल बी ओके देयर, नॉट द फोर्स ऑफ लॉ. जैसे लाउड एग्जाम्पल का मैंने आपको म्यूज़िक दिया, लाउड म्यूज़िक अगर कोई व्यक्ति बजा रहा है अपने अपार्टमेंट और बिल्डिंग में, तो सोशल डिसअप्रूवल जो है उन रेजिडेंट्स का, दोज हु आर लिविंग इन द बिल्डिंग एट द सेम टाइम, it can work over there. There should be no involvement of the police. They should indicate their disapproval of the inconvenience that playing loud music has caused them. कोई बच्चा पढ़ नहीं पा रहा बिल्डिंग में, तो इसके लिए आप पुलिस को नहीं बुलाएंगे, आप उस व्यक्ति को समझा सकते हैं, वो फिर भी नहीं माने, आप उससे बात करना छोड़ दीजिए, मोहल्ले की एक्टिविटीज़ में उसको शामिल ना करें, सभी लोग मिलके प्लान कर लें, है ना. नाउ so why Mill was speaking about minor harm? Because this is minor harm, playing loud music. The harm that was caused by loud music, it was only and only minor harm and can only be provoked by the social disapproval. It's not a fit case for a legal punishment. A person cannot be punished by playing loud music if he was playing loud music. Constraining actions by the force of law should only happen when the other regarding actions cause serious harm to definite individuals, otherwise society must bear the inconvenience in the spirit of protecting freedom. कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि उस व्यक्ति को समझाया नहीं जाता है, लोग जो हैं वो खुद ही असुविधा को फेस करते रहते हैं। आपके मोहल्ले में बिल्डिंग में कोई व्यक्ति काफ़ी ज़्यादा लाउड म्यूज़िक बजाता है, आपको मालूम है कि ये उसकी फ्रीडम है, आप चाहें तो सोशल डिसअप्रूवल के थ्रू इसको अदर रिगार्डिंग एक्शन समझ के उस व्यक्ति को समझा सकते हैं, सोशल डिसअप्रूवल को आप दिखा सकते हैं, बट लोग जो हैं वो इनकन्वीनियंस फेस करते रहते हैं ये सोच के कि उसके म्यूज़िक प्लेयर, उसकी बिल्डिंग, उसका घर, उसके कान। So how he need to take it, he may take. So people should be ready to tolerate different ways of life, different points of view and the different interests so long as they do not cause harm to other. कभी कभी ऐसा समझाया जाता है लोगों को कि उन्हें दूसरे की फ्रीडम जो है, दूसरे के राइट्स जो हैं, दूसरे की चॉइसेस जो हैं, इसको भी देखना पड़ता है, और अगर इसके लिए उनको कोई थोड़ा बहुत इनकन्वीनियंस होता है सो दे कैन नॉट इंटरप्ट इन द फ्रीडम ऑफ अदर्स. But such tolerance need not to be extended to views and actions which may put people in danger or foment hatred against them. अब लोगों की इनकन्वीनियंस जो है वो इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़नी चाहिए कि सामने वाले व्यक्ति से किसी को नफरत ही हो जाए और किसी दिन आवेश में आके कोई कुछ गलत काम कर बैठे. So hate campaigns cause serious harm to the freedom of others and actions that cause serious harm are the actions on which constraints can be imposed. So when there is a condition that this inconvenience can grow in future and this work, this action can create hate among the people of the society, so such constraints, some certain constraints should be taken then and there on the freedom of that particular person by considering it as a harm principle. But we must make sure that the constraints imposed are not so severe that they destroy freedom itself. अब आपको उसके खिलाफ एक्शन तो लेना है, लेकिन एक्शन इतना भी ज़्यादा क्रूर ना हो कि उस व्यक्ति की फ्रीडम को पूरी तरीके से बर्बाद कर दे. तो सीधा सीधा कहने का मतलब हम क्या समझ रहे हैं कि फ्रीडम should be guided first for its use. How it should be used? It should be guided first to each and every individual कि in this way they can use their freedom.